What's up, guys? Welcome back to Man Cave Collectibles, coming at you today with another comic book and toy haul. So we've got our loose raw comics here that we picked up on Wednesday at the local comic book shop, as well as we've got a really big mail haul. Some of those are comic books, graded books. You're definitely going to want to see what those are. But we'll jump right on into the comic books that we picked up at our local comic shop this week. So the first book that I want to look at and talk about is Crossover, which you can see here. We have one of the covers for Crossover, as well as another variant cover for Crossover here. This book, probably one of the hotter books that come out this week. I really enjoyed it. I think book number one is kind of more of a starting to kind of pull you into the story. It wasn't like a great knock your socks off number one issue, but I like where the book is going. It's basically saying these superheroes are coming off the pages of these comic books, and I really like where that's going to take us. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see if we get some crossover with some DC characters, maybe, that type of thing. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens in it. It wasn't my favorite book I've ever read to start off a series, but it was a good book. I enjoyed it. We got Mighty Morphin number one. I just got the regular cover for that. I don't know that I'll read this. I typically, with the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff, I don't typically read them when they come out. I read them in their deluxe editions. I do collect the deluxe editions and read them then. So I end up behind the story, probably from where some of you guys may be. But I do try to pick up the number ones or key issues that come out on this one. So we picked that up this week. Now, a book that I did really, really enjoy. This is a new Wolverine series that started this week. It kind of reminds me of the Batman Black and White series, like the Batman Black and White Omnibus, where you just have all these different artists and creators coming together to put these short stories together. That's kind of what we have here in this new Wolverine title. I really enjoyed it. I want to say there was 3 short stories in here. It's kind of bloody, graphic, but definitely going to be one that I'm going to continue to pick up, Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. Batman number 102. So we get to know a little more about the new character here, the Ghost Maker. So that was a good one. These I have kind of been reading on and off. I've not read every single issue, but I do have it as one of my pull lists, so I get every issue of Batman. But this was pretty good. I kind of wanted to see what was up with the new character. It's Batman number 102. Jenica here, I've got the 1 in 10 variant. This is Jenica number 2, issue 1. And then just the regular cover B for that. So, I've not been able to get into the Jenica storyline. I like her as a turtle. I think the concept's cool. I'm okay with all that. But just her solo stories, I've not been able to really get into. But I'm a big turtle collector, so I went ahead and picked up a 1 in 10 as well as a cover B for her number 1 of Jenica 2. And then lastly, doesn't need a whole lot of explanation, but the Walking Dead Deluxe editions, these are the color versions. Number 2 came out. I went ahead and picked up 2 different covers for this one, and definitely like this one because it's kind of reminiscent of that original cover that came out for number 2. But not really reading these because I've read this story 2 or 3 times already, so I don't really need to read them, but I do like the fact that they're coming out. And it's going to allow people that maybe didn't get a chance or haven't had a chance to read it to actually read this story in color. It's a phenomenal story in the comic book world. So that is our comics that we picked up at our LCS. Let's go ahead, we'll clear the table off, and we'll start cracking open some boxes. All right, guys, so if you haven't already seen it, we did do a toy hunt this week. Go ahead and check that video out. It's probably the last video that I posted. I'm going to run through what we picked up on that. If you watched that video, you've probably already seen this haul. I always do the haul at the end of the video, but it's stuff we picked up this week, so I wanted to go ahead and throw it into our haul video. So first thing we got is the movie masterpiece Transformers Ratchet. I thought this was a really cool looking action figure. I loved these movies. I love the Michael Bay movies. Ratchet and Ironhide, definitely 2 of my favorite characters, and then a Jazz. I got to pick up a Jazz, but loved these guys in the movies. I got a heck of a deal at Target. They were running 25% off any one item, plus buy one, get one half off. So we picked up Ratchet, And we also picked up the Astrotrain Earthrise. So got these two guys, basically got him for free. I'm sorry, basically got Astrotrain for free with the two coupons they did allow to stack. So pretty much got a $50 figure for free, which is awesome. Astrotrain is one of our season 2 Decepticons from the original cartoon. So I'm trying to pick up the season 1 and 2 Autobots and Decepticons. So that was a good time and to kind of try to pick him up. So we got those two, and then also a figure that I have been looking for a while and just haven't seen him out and about. We got the movie Venom from the Venom Pool Build-A-Figure wave. I missed out on this guy. I never collect movie figures from Marvel Legends, so I skipped on him when I pre-ordered the whole wave. I reviewed the wave, the Build-A-Figure, so check that out if you're interested in it. But I skipped out on the movie figure, and then once I started seeing guys' reviews, I had a little remorse. So we found this guy at Best Buy. So I don't typically find a lot of stuff that I'm looking for at Best Buy, but we found this one. Fantastic find. That is our toy hunt haul for the week. Now, we'll jump right on into some really, really cool stuff. This is the stuff I'm most excited about in these boxes. I did some ordering on the Kevin Eastman Studios website. They had some really cool stuff. If you have not checked out kevineastmanstudio.com, they have some really cool Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff. Comic books, action figures. He signs a lot of it. And really the prices are very affordable and respectful, I believe. So we're going to go ahead and crack open. This is one of the items that I ordered from Kevin Eastman Studios. We'll go ahead and pop this box open. All right. Always good packaging here with the things that I've ordered from him. Got a little Cowabunga sticker there on it. So this is pretty cool here. This is a Fugitoid collector figure. So these were some figures that, and I think I'm saying this right, Peter Laird, or Laird, however you say his name, had commissioned out Playmates to create a Fugitoid figure. So this is actually kind of, Fugitoid came around before Ninja Turtles did for Eastman and Laird, and they commissioned out Playmates, and here it is. So we'll crack this guy out. He is a non-posable, I don't know that we can really call him a figure because he's really not posable. He's posed, and you're just going to kind of leave him in his pose. But there you go. Pretty cool. Very chrome, shiny. And again, there's no posability to him, but if you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collector, if you like Eastman and Laird and the things they did back in the 80s, this was one of their most popular creations, I guess you could say. This has really got, I guess where they got started. So yeah, Fugitoid. Pretty neat. We'll continue kind of in that same realm here of the Kevin Eastman Studios, because that wasn't all that I purchased from Kevin Eastman Studios. I wanted some wall art. We were redoing the man cave and wanted some new wall art for the man cave. And I'm really excited about this. So you can see here, looks like Kevin Eastman did sign that, Cowabunga Phillip. So that's pretty cool. And we'll have to crack that open. I'll show you what this is. This is something I'm very excited about here. So with this, we got a Mechanical Monsters. So this is the 1990 trading card. I've noticed that these have been thrown in before in things that I've purchased. But it says here, collect all 66 cards. So that's pretty cool. But the coolest thing, you've got a film strip from the original movie here, as well as a Kevin Eastman signature. And I'll try to take some pictures and throw up of the film strip if we can get it, but it's got to kind of have some light behind it and you're able to get a picture of it. So I know you guys are probably not able to see it very well. In fact, I'm having a hard time seeing it, myself. I'm trying to hold it up in some light to see what it is, but we'll throw up a picture here for you guys to see. But got that original poster from the movie, but I just think this looks phenomenal. You can see it from the back there. And says here, what I did was I went ahead and bought, they sell these light up frames. These frames light up from the back. You have to put batteries in them. And when they light up, it lights up your film strip from the movie. So these will be really cool hanging on the wall. Again, I'll try to throw up a picture once it kind of in production and or post-production and edit. I will do some editing and get some pictures thrown up here for you guys to be able to see them. So that was one that we picked up. Go ahead and cover that back up. And then the next one is going to be kind of the same thing here. I'll just go ahead and tell you that, except a different movie. So we'll go ahead and pop this one open. This one we got looks like April O'Neil being snatched by the foot soldiers. Little collectible card there again from the 90s. And then we got, alrighty. And then on this one, we've got Secret of the Ooze, the second movie, and Kevin Eastman's signature, as well as some original film there from that movie. And for this one, we also got the same, I won't take it out of here, but the same frame for it with the light up backing. So you got to put batteries and everything in those, so we'll go ahead and do that and get some pictures of that one up for you guys as well to be able to see. So that was my Kevin Eastman Studios haul. Just really cool. You know, this guy here was like 15 bucks just to have something that, you know, is not going to be mass produced. It's going to be, you know, somewhat of a limited, you know, number of these out there. And I think he's going to look really good. I have the first turtle that Mondo did, and I think this guy's going to look really good standing beside him there on my shelf. So I'll set him right back here for the time being, and we'll head into the next box. So some of these boxes, I'm actually not going to know what's in them. I know the things that were coming, but I haven't opened these boxes yet. I don't know what's going to be in what box as we continue to move through. So some of this will be a surprise. All right. So kind of sticking with that movie masterpiece theme, able to get my favorite character from the Bayverse, and that is our Ironhide movie masterpiece. So this is, I always thought he was the coolest. That his truck mode to me was the coolest. From an action figure standpoint, he always looked so cool with all his weapons around his wrist and that type of thing. So it was really cool to get this guy for very cheap actually on Mercari. I was surprised at how much cheaper he was than the Ratchet. So he was less than half the price of what I paid for the Ratchet figure. So I don't know if guys are just finding him out there on sale and they're able to sell him for, you know, 40 bucks and still make money. I don't know. I don't know how that's working, but we got him for a very, very good price. Very cheap. Let's move into our next box here. So this one, I'm guessing, is going to be one of the comic book pickups that I had this week. Some of these boxes are a little hard to get into. All right. You can also see how these guys did as far as packing CGC comic books here for us. I'm always nervous with CGC books in the mail, you know, getting them on eBay. I know there's guys that feel one way or another about purchasing comic books, you know, on eBay versus seeing them in real life, that type of thing. So we can take this out and see how it looks. All right, guys. So here's what we got. We've got, so I want to go ahead and crack this out so we can take a look at the slab as well. But we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 6 from the original Mirage run. This has a nice wraparound cover. The Triceratons were always some of my favorite characters. As far as from a toy standpoint, that original Triceraton toy was definitely one of my favorites. And went ahead and picked up a nice cover with them on it. So yeah, there we go. So out of the package, the slab looks amazing. This is a new slab, you can tell that. It's been recently done. but this is part of the Signature series. So we got Kevin Eastman's Signature right here on the Triceratops snout, basically. Got a real nice image of a turtle on the front. And then as we wrap around, you can see there, it looks like we got Donatello there on the back of that wraparound cover. So really, really cool book that I was super excited about. That one will probably get hung in the man cave. I'll probably hang a lot of my turtle stuff in the man cave, just because it's probably my favorite run out there. So as we continue to go through here what we got, I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. It's one I've been waiting on a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Done real well as far as the box up, the packaging for it. So this is The Last Ronin. This is the Very Gary Comics exclusive variant. So Very Gary is a guy who does, he's a YouTuber. He does a lot of just basically a full comic book channel. And to me, it's probably one of the best in the business as far as YouTube's concerned right now. I find myself watching him an awful lot. Sometimes for the worst, because I see things from him and it makes me want to go purchase them. So he's bad for my wallet, but he is a fantastic YouTuber, and I think it's really cool that he was able to get his own variant for The Last Ronin. I didn't need another one. I've actually got like 6 number 1s. I think I got 2 1 and 10s and then 4 cover A's. So this will be, I think this will be my 6th. I had 5. And then this will be my 6th. So I have 3 cover A's, 2 1 and 10s, and then the Very Gary Comics. So, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to support the YouTube community, and I wanted to support the comic book community. As far as guys getting exclusives and being able to do what he does. So, I think it's cool that Very Gary Comics has a channel. It is not a massively huge channel, but he's growing at a very high rate, and he really has a good YouTube channel. I wanted to support that. So, I want to see more guys like him get their own variants, and I think in order to do that, we got to show these companies that it's worthwhile to allow these guys to do it, let them sell out their books. But it was a really cool looking cover, at the end of the day. So whether I'm doing it just to support or not, the cover was really nice. So I got that. I thought it was really cool. Moving right along. So I think we got this one upside down. So this box here is kind of in a mess. It's got a couple of dents and dings in it. This kind of makes me nervous. So we'll crack it open and make sure everything's on the up and up. Looks like they did packing peanuts, so that's always good. Anytime I ship things myself, I always ship with packing peanuts. It's hard to go wrong, especially like if I'm selling a statue or something like that. However, they can be messy. Okay. Yeah, man. Let's just make a mess. All right. Get that off here. All right, let's get these packing peanuts off here. All right, we'll make the kids clean that up. All right, guys, so here is one I was extremely, extremely excited about. Number 3, TMNT. So this is it's a book from 1985. It's from the original TMNT Mirage run. I want to say it was like maybe the first appearance of the Turtle Van, maybe. But I'm wanting to get CGC copies of 1 through 10. So I've got, multiple number 1s. Number 2, which I actually just shipped off number 2 and 4 back to CGC this week because the slabs got cracked up top. So I shipped them off, and I'm actually doing a press and a clean on number 2 to try to get it better than a 9.0. I think it's a 9.0. I'm thinking maybe I can get a 9294 out of it. It's a pretty good looking copy. So here we are with number 3, 9.6. Not signed, it's just a blue top, but really excited to get this. It is a first print, so I think there's a second print of this out there as well. So really, really happy to have that one in. That was probably one of the books I'm most excited about this week. So let's go ahead and we'll crack open another box here. Like I told you guys, this was I'm a little bit comic book heavy this week, which is out of the ordinary for me. I buy a lot of comic books, but I don't do a whole lot of comic book stuff on the channel. There's a lot of comic book channels out there, and they're good. I find myself watching other channels more than anything. I watch more comic book channels than I watch toy channels. So, you know, Very Gary and Two Brothers. Those are two of the comic book channels that I really like to watch. All those guys are just seem real down to earth and very knowledgeable about what they talk about. So, you know, maybe I need to do more as far as my comic book collection. I have I guess what I would consider a pretty nice collection, and you know, maybe we'll do a little more as time moves on in the world of comic books. But let's go ahead. Man, I can't complain today about the wrapping that these guys did on these comic books for my comic book haul. What is going to suck is the cleanup after the fact. That's not what I'm looking for. But we got another CGC book here, and it looks like it was very well done, and it's on a nice, it's got a nice bag, kind of the same kind of bags I use. But here we've got TMNT number 1 from Adventures, number 1, 9.8 graded. So this is the first appearance of Crane, Bebop, and Rocksteady. Really, really happy to have this one. And I'll tell you one reason I'm really excited to have this one as well. Because if you look at the turtles here, they have their colored bandanas. As far as I'm aware, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, this would have been the first time in comic books that we actually saw their colored bandanas. Again, if I'm wrong, correct me on that. I just can't think of another comic book that was running prior to 1988 that had the colored bandanas. So let me know down in the comments. I'm sure there's guys out there that are much more educated in comic books, in the world of comic books, than I am. But I don't remember a time where they would have been in the comic books with the colored bandanas. So that's really cool. It's a book from 1988, 9.8. Now, one thing about this book, we actually got a 9.6 that'll be coming in the mail today of this book. That was not intentional. There's not a whole lot of these in 9.8 out there. So this book has really skyrocketed in price. It's popping up in price for just crazy numbers, where you could have probably bought this book for $100 5 years ago, graded CGC. There was a guy last week that I was dealing with. I made him an offer for like $500 for this book, and he ended up selling it for like $1,200 on eBay. He had it listed as buy it now $1,700, sold it for $1,200. That's insane to me. But I ended up picking up a 9.8. This was the second time I'd picked it up. The first time I picked it up, there was a 9.6. I kept waiting on the 9.8. No 9.8 showed up. So I went out, got a 9.6. I won a 9.6 in an auction. One day later, the 9.8 popped up. Made an offer to the guy, ended up getting it. So here we are. This is a book that'll go on the man cave wall right beside my other TMNT number 1s from the Mirage run. So I definitely want to try to grab all the number 1s from the TMNT world. So really big pickup there. Very happy about that. I guess that kind of sums up our hauls for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you liked out of there. Is there anything in there you've already got, you picked up, what you got coming this week? Put all those comments down below. I enjoy talking with you guys about what you guys pick up as well. Doing the videos is fun sometimes, but it's just as much fun sometimes to watch other people or hear what other people are getting as well. So yeah, definitely drop those comments down below. Do you guys collect the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles early stuff, the Eastman and Laird early stuff? Is that something that's kind of in your wheelhouse that you like to pick up on? You know, interested to hear you guys' thoughts. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this haul video. Helps the analytics on YouTube so that this video can get out for other people to see, get shared in the YouTube community. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of the Man Cave Collectibles team. We do these regular. We do toy hunts. We do video reviews of figures and things like that. So a lot of content on the channel. Kind of a mixed bag of content, I guess I should say. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Until next time.